Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kieran. I like to help people with a spiritual perspective. You'll have to forgive me if I'm a bit out of breath. I just got back from some exercise, which for me was a bike ride. Today, I just realized that for the past week or so, I've been adding things to a list of, I don't know what you can call like daily essentials. Almost. Basically, the name of the list that I put is Schindler's List. Just kidding. Is things I can do daily that will help me over time. And I realized that a lot of it was actually a bit deeper than I was realizing, and that it could actually be applicable to others. And so I just thought I'd share it real quick. The idea just came to me. I feel kind of inspired to share it, so I will. Hopefully, you guys like it. It's 9 things. 9 things that I do, that I try to do every day that will help me over time. So I'm just going to share those 9 things. They don't have to be specific to you. You can sort of substitute, but you'll get a general idea of what I mean by it, right? Okay, cool. So number 1 is I put 20-minute meditation, right? So obviously you can go more than 20 minutes, you can go less than 20 minutes, but the idea is that every day you connect to yourself, because that's super important. You know, I did a lot of meditation today. I've had some free time this week, and I just kind of felt like called to do meditation. You know, I've realized the past couple of weeks I've been very antsy, kind of like ADHD type of thing. You know, can't really sit still in one place. So I've been going inside of myself a little bit more, introspection. And 20 minutes is just a marker. You can find lots of good guided meditations that are, you know, around 15 to 20 minutes. And you can also do meditation on your own for 20 minutes without the guided meditation. But doing this will help you over time. And I know meditation is actually something that I'm not too fond of myself. And I think really the deterrent of meditation, you know, to our own minds is that we don't have the results very quickly. And it's hard, you know, to shut off everything, to relax and fall into your truer self, you know, that space between your thoughts, you know, your true consciousness, that the existence that you are. It's hard to fall back into that space without thinking about tacos or whatever it is that people think about. I'm not too sure, right? So doing that allows yourself to just give yourself some time, something to digest the things that your mind might not pick up, you know, allowing your soul to really merge with your body and your mind, and allowing things to kind of catch up, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be meditation. You could just be sitting, you know, in the zone type of thing, just not, you're doing just something just for you, right? Literally just for you to connect to yourself. That might be just deep breathing. It might be, it could even be an exercise like swimming. You know, some people that I know get lost in the movement of swimming, right? And the idea is to take 20 minutes to sort of connect to yourself around that time at the, you know, kind of the bare minimum. Who doesn't have 20 minutes in their day? I don't know. I'm not like a single mom, so I don't actually know. Maybe some people don't have 20 minutes in their day, but I happen to do, and I think most people do. So if you can work that into your routine some way, you know, maybe at the beginning of the day, the end of the day. I tend to do it in the middle of the day. It's probably not even the best idea, but it's just usually when I tend to do it. So that's number 1, right? Number 2, I put stretch yoga. Now the yoga thing is variable, and I'm not really personally acquainted with yoga too much, but I definitely do stretch, and I do try some yoga poses because I do find that they clear up blockages of energy within myself, and at least allow me to kind of more naturally go about the rest of my day. And I usually do these things in the morning, right? Like I get up, I stretch, and I do yoga. That sort of helps me, you know, it's a physical movement, right? So, you know, 2 is you're kind of like trying to get a physical activity going on about your day, right? This will allow you to feel better about yourself, and then over time, of course, you know, you have that, you're building that feeling, you're building that that new reality for yourself, right, in a very action-oriented way. And again, stretching usually only takes 5 minutes, like a good, actually stretching 5 minutes. You time yourself, add some yoga, it might take 5 to 10, but, you know, just the stretching itself is a huge advantage to yourself that you can do, and which will help you over time, right? Number 3, I put exercise. This could be a variable for anybody. I happen to go to the gym about 3-4 times a week. I've actually just started getting a personal trainer because I love eating food and my diet is absolute shit. But I've decided to take the next step in my physical health. And by doing this every day, I've also incorporated a exercise regimen. Nothing big, right? You're just adding the little things that'll help you every day. So for me personally, I do 20 push-ups, 20 squats, and a minute plank. Not much. Again, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes at that. Sometimes it goes by quicker. Sometimes it doesn't even, it takes forever. You know, it seems like it. Because this will allow you to, again, it's a physical, you're grounding yourself in a physical thing. You just feel better. You clear the energies and you're allowing yourself over time to also be in shape. You know, even though they're small, every day doing something like that builds up to a gradual sense of accomplishment, even if it's just as simple as that, even if you don't necessarily see results. But if you just move about the day in general and add 20 push-ups, 20 squats, and a minute plank, of course you're going to see results. Obviously, if you do more than that, you'll see more results faster. But the point is that doing this is something that'll help you over time in more ways than one, right? All of these things that I'm listing off are basically things that are going to help you more than are going to help you in more than one way. Cool. All right. 4, I put journaling. And journaling is it's kind of a weird process. Only because I only say that because when I first started journaling, I didn't really know what it was that I was supposed to be journaling. Was I supposed to just tell the journal, write about what happened to my day? Was I supposed to write about how I felt, or just anything that was inspired? Was it geared towards, you know, something spiritual, or was it just going to be my random thoughts throughout the day, right? The point is, you're not really supposed to think that much. Journaling just allows you to put your thoughts on paper, so it doesn't seem so crazy inside of your head. When you're stressed, it's a really good idea to just pull out a journal and just write all that shit down, because, you know, if you're stressed after, then you're stressed after. But I've never personally been as stressed as I was after writing everything down, or screaming into a pillow, right? All those things, right? But journaling really does allow you to give yourself a break from your mind, and it'll detail the events of the day, and something might happen today or the day of, right, that is so insurmountable in your own perception, but then the next day you realize, what the hell was I complaining about? You know, big deal. Not that I can move on, I'm okay. And you start to build a rapport with yourself, and this is, of course, kind of like meditation, is building a rapport with yourself, that you're actually, you know, you're actually on a track. You can see your progress, even if it's just a day-to-day routine of what you're doing. The journal also acts as a day-to-day routine, so you can look at the things that you've done within a day, and also look at the journaling as an action itself, right? So it's kind of a win-win. And again, it's a really helpful tool for just getting out of your own head, putting the thoughts on paper. And, you know, you might not even, you might not know what it is that you're actually going to write, but you get something out there, and then you check it kind of at the end of every week, like checking up on yourself, right? And you might actually discover something interesting about yourself. Something you didn't know. A lot of people tend to do that with dream journaling. Same type of thing. Maybe instead of the journaling, you want to add dream in front of it. The point is that you're just connecting to another realm of yourself and allowing yourself to grow and learn and catalog the day-to-day emotions and show your own progress, right? Cool. So 5, and this is just, this is so interchangeable that I shouldn't have put it, but it's for me, and I'm just reading off my own list. I put something that is pretty just specific. It's an action, and I just put brush your teeth 3 times a day, 3 minutes. Obviously, some people don't need to be told to do that. Growing up, I didn't take care of my teeth, so that's why I wrote it on there. However, why I keep it on there and why I even mention it and not skip over it is because if you can find yourself a habitual action that you can sort of lose yourself in, that helps you in some way, and you know, and you can focus on that, right? Getting a task done. Brushing your teeth it's not a fun thing to do, obviously, you know, but it is a task. It is something that you need to do, because, I mean, you don't really need to do it, but probably should, right? And so you go about doing it, and you know, it's boring or whatever, but you do it. You do it anyway, and you build that up. You build that up. So you could change this to washing the dishes. It's just something that you make it a task. You want to do a task, right? Most of the other things that I'm putting in here, I guess in a way they're all tasks, but some of them are definitely more enjoyable than others. I mean, I actually prefer meditation to brushing my teeth. I prefer stretching to brushing my teeth type of thing, or I prefer stretching to doing the dishes, because those types of work, that type of work is very monotonous, really boring. I don't like, I'm very easily bored. I hate being bored. So being able to focus on something as simple as brushing your teeth is a really helpful added benefit to me, not just because of the health, but because of the routine itself. So again, you can change this, make it anything you want. Maybe you have something specific in mind. I'm sure you do, that isn't brushing your teeth, but you can certainly use it, right? Okay, it's cool. 6, which I put was sort of skincare, washing your face, things like that. That's what I have for number 6. And basically, this could be expanded to doing something that takes care of your body. And other than the exercise is really taking care of your physical health and, you know, your shape, your form, you know, stuff like that, what you look like to the physical world. And washing your face and stuff like that is added to that, of course. But what I found personally is that it's a sort of relaxing type of thing. It's a very self-soothing mechanism. You know, warm water, scrubbing, you're taking care of yourself. Again, it's kind of a routine. It's something that you can use to ground yourself in the moment, to help you move on. And of course, you get the clear skin, and it's just a really super. I don't know. It's not really. I was about to say powerful. It's not really too powerful, is it? But it's a super it's just you just feel accomplished in doing something for yourself, and that's all, of course, what these are all getting to. They're all accomplishments that you've done throughout the day, right? So if you can add something like that, again, you can change it. Maybe for you, it's taking a hot bath with salt, you know, a very cleansing, ritualistic type of bath that you might take 5 or 6 times a week. It's the same idea. It's just about relaxing, treating your body right, doing things that feel good for your body, right? Okay, cool. So 7, and this is actually one of the more important ones, is 5-minute visualization morning and nighttime, right? So what I've started to do over the past couple days now is I've started to visualize. I've started to imagine. I've realized that I'm a very creative person and that I have an imagination, and it's a very good imagination. And I would also imagine that other people have imaginations as well, and that you might be able to call upon your own imagination in whatever form that takes. And so by starting your day by imagining even what you might want that day to look like, or what you want in your near future, what you want in your future, visualizing it is creating your reality. So you spend 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, just creating something in your head that you want to come to you, that you want to exist in your reality. And by visualizing it, you're giving the universe a tool, an insight into your own brain, into your own reality. You're allowing yourself to create what is meant to be created for you. You know, you're the painter. You're painting your own picture. You're visualizing it. You're making the reality. And so by actually focusing on the visualization for 5 minutes, you're actually kind of connecting with the universe. You're saying, like, you know, the universe might already know what I want because I'm it and it's me, but if I visualize it, it'll come upon me in an actual tangible form, and something that you might prefer, rather than how things might be so shaky and how they come, right? So if you can visualize what you actually want out of your life, maybe a new car, a new job, a new place to live, that type of thing. That's what I'm currently working on, visualizing a new place to live. If you do that, you know, it'll, over time, you'll notice that it'll come to you. The things that you need will come to you really quite quickly. And I've noticed this a lot with small things. And you practice with small things to build up the belief within yourself that you can do it. Because it's very easy to imagine manifesting a stapler, or a piece of water, or something simple, $5, types of things like that. But it's a lot harder to believe that you can manifest a new dream job, or a new car, a new house or a large sum of money, right? That takes a greater sense of belief in yourself and in the universe, right? So this will build that over time, again, building a rapport with yourself. For number 8, I put affirmation prayer. Prayer sounds kind of religious, so I always kind of stay away from it. I'm not a big fan of religion, but I am a big fan of spirituality, of course. And so prayer is essentially just connecting to something, whether or not you call it God or not, that's fine, not my business. However, the prayer itself, the affirmation, is a very, very powerful technique, and one that I tend to do quite often. And sometimes I'll get on my knees just to do the old cliche. Other times it's very much just laying down before bed, before I go to sleep, making myself known to, putting out my intentions. And so an affirmation is sort of just affirming what you want, and a prayer is, of course, in a way, the same kind of thing. Just saying what you want, talking to your belief system about what it is that you need, what it is you want, what it is that you wish, either for yourself or for others, or in general, right? So doing that, no real length of time, I'm sure a couple minutes, 5 minutes is fine, but just doing that once a day over time will help you feel more connected to yourself and will help manifest the things that you want quicker into your life. Okay, so for number 9, I put written manifestation. And this could go, you could probably combine number 9 with number 4, which is journaling, and you can combine those two together almost, but written manifestation is just like writing out what you want, like 10, 11, 12, whatever, how many times. There's some methods that people use, 333, which is, I believe, writing it like 3 times a day, 33 times for 33 days. I think that's what it is. And they have variables like that, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. The point is that, if you want to manifest, let's say, a new car, then you would write like, I want a new car, or a new car has come into my life, or I have a car now. Variables like that, and you do it enough times over time, and you'll find that stuff does come into your life. Now, I used to do this a lot, actually, personally, and I remember I had lost my hat, this hat that I had right here, right? I had lost this hat. It's my favorite hat. It matches my shirt, and it's got like a Drake OVO owl on it. I'm a big fan of Drake. Sorry, but I guess it's just how it is. And so that was my favorite hat, and I lost it. And I wrote in my journal at one point, I found my hat, I found my hat, I found my hat, I found my hat, over and over and over again. I did it for maybe like 20 days. It's monotonous again. It's very hard to keep up with it. It's just, things go on. You have days where you don't care, and then you don't care that one day, and then the 2 days you're like, well, I didn't care yesterday. Why would I keep caring? It builds upon itself, right? But I did it for 20 or so days, and I forgot about it and stopped caring enough to do it. And then maybe like a month later, I found it in the strangest place. It was underneath a couch cushion, and I don't know how it got there, but I found it, and I had written down that I would like to have it. So I know from personal experience that it does work. Manifesting does work. It's just a matter of doing the work, believing that the work that you're doing is something, and then kind of letting go of how it will appear, right? I would have never guessed that it would have shown up underneath a couch cushion, right? It's weird stuff, but I did get it back, and that's kind of the point. So all these 9 things, I'm just going to go over them again real quick. Number 1 was 20-minute meditation. Number 2 was some sort of stretching, yoga. 3, some type of exercise throughout the day. 4, journaling. 5, a routine task that you can count on that'll give you a sense of accomplishment. 6, washing your face, scrubbing, taking care of your body, making yourself feel good, baths, etc. 7, 5-minute visualizations, morning and nighttime. 8, affirmation, prayer, and 9, written manifestation. So again, all of these things are helping you connect to yourself. And I think I'm going to just apply it to myself, but what has been a huge struggle for me in my own life throughout especially my awakening, is the fact that I don't get things to happen right away, right? And especially with something spiritual, right? Because that obviously, if you're having a spiritual awakening, or you're spiritual at all, that meditation helps you. It's been proven that it helps you in psychological ways, in spiritual ways, physical ways. It just helps you. And but it is kind of a process, right? Just taking meditation for itself is that we know that our higher selves, that the universe, that it's a good thing, that it'll help us, and that we feel called to do it, but that we don't have the immediate results, or that it's kind of hard. And so we kind of look down on ourselves about that, because we realize this is something we should be doing, but we're not doing it good enough. You know, as if we're failing our own process, failing our growth, not being able to do it as well as you think you should in that time, you know. And I'm not the greatest at meditation. I'm getting better at it. I'm not, it's super boring. It's super boring. But it becomes kind of, it stops becoming boring when you stop kind of thinking about it as a task almost. You do it enough times, you do these things enough time, and they eventually become something that connects you to yourself. Like, these are all actions of self-love. These are all things that you do for yourself that nobody else can do for you, because these are all actions that you're taking, and that's why over time they help you. And there's many reasons over time that they help you. Some of them are physical, some of them are mental, some of them are spiritual. But all of them are a combination of all three, right? But they're all going to help you as you go forward. And if you give yourself 3 weeks, kind of 3 or 4 weeks, I forget what they say, how many days it takes to build a habit. Wasn't it 30 something? Depending on you, it might even take less or longer. I'm a hard learner myself, but it does help you over time, and it will make your own spiritual awakening easier, and it will make your own sense of self feel more accomplished, feel like you've actually done something every day. Because even though none of these things are as important as your dreams, these things will help you reach your dreams. And these are kind of the, let's say, like the checkups that you might have in a car. These are the things that you would do daily to make sure everything's running smoothly, right? And that's just why I put them out there. I had it myself. Again, you know, you don't have to take them for everything that I've said, but if hopefully some of it will resonate and you might apply it into your own life. Cool. All right, guys, thanks very much. I appreciate anybody that's watching me and stuff. It means a lot to me. And I will see you guys the next time I make a video. See ya.